You are now rocking with that dude Pascal.
Charlie was answering a question about trans violence when he was murdered. Do you think that was a coincidence?
I don't believe in coincidences.
Do you think they've caught your husband's killer?
Hold on. I got to roll that back. I am sorry. Okay. Oof. Wow. Hold on. Yeah. I mean, I get it. Some people are thinking, this is not very genuine. Some people think that this is very genuine, right? This is, some people are saying that these are all fake tears. Some people are saying she is so strong for doing this. Someone just said, Cole just said this in the super chat. Thank you so much. This is a 1-year anniversary interview, not 2 months. I understand what you're saying. I just think it's an interview. It's just interesting. I don't know. It's just interesting. Really? No. Like I don't know how to explain it. Because there's moments where I feel her. Real talk. There's moments where I feel her. And then at the same time, there are moments where it feels a little performative. But at the same time, like, I don't know her. I've never really watched anything where she has spoken. I don't know. I don't know if this is how she really is. I don't know. So who am I to judge, right? Who am I to say anything? I can see why people are looking at it and side-eyeing it. You know what I'm saying? So again, it's just, like I said, just it's interesting. It's a very interesting interview. Let's continue. I rolled it back. Did I roll back long enough?
Do you think they've caught your husband?
No, I want to go back because she says I don't believe in coincidence.
Trans violence when he was murdered.
Right here is a moment that is a very big freaking deal. And I'm going to turn this up a little bit more. This is crazy because this echoes what I was just saying a second ago. Okay? This is crazy. Let me roll just the back a little bit.
Charlie was answering a question about trans violence when he was murdered. Do you think that was a coincidence?
I don't believe in coincidences.
What did I say? What did I say earlier? This is the part where it gets thicker than a snicker. Okay? This is the part where I'm like, okay, now she's saying some things. Okay? Real talk. She says, I don't believe in coincidences. He says the interview or the question that was asked before Tyler Robinson pulled the trigger, before Charlie Kirk lost his life. Do you think that was a coincidence? And she says, I don't believe in coincidences. Yes, Mimi, diggity damn indeed. What did I say earlier? Something doesn't seem right with that whole conversation, that interview, that part. He talks about trans pewers. He talks about the mass tragedy, dealing with assailants that happen to be trans. And then milliseconds later, he loses his life right at that same time that they're talking about that. And the person who pulls the trigger happens to be involved in a relationship with someone who happens to be trans. So it's very odd. I still think that's odd. Even though that the guy that asked the question is out here free, okay? He still asked that question, and then the guy lost his. It's not like the guy went up and said, okay, all right, Cowboys or 49ers, bang. No. This was, how do you feel about trans assailants in mass tragedies kind of conversation? And then bang, it seems almost too on the nose, right? So then she says, I don't believe in coinkydinkies. What do you think she's saying? I feel like she thinks that guy has something to do with this as well. Come on now. Come on. We could be absolutely wrong. He could have nothing to do with this. True talk. Real talk. He could have nothing to do with this. But at the same time, even wifey is sitting here going, I'm side-eyeing the hell out of that dude because it seemed too perfect, too on the nose. And I freaking agree. Let's continue. She says more here, and this is where it gets weird. Again, weird again.
Do you think they've caught your husband's killer?
Here we go. Hear her answer.
So, something I'm so grateful for is that we have one of the most incredible teams for this case. I would never wish it upon anybody to have to go through what we are going through. To have seen the autopsy report, to have seen the different evidence portions that have been collected.
Uh-huh.
I trust our team.
There's other theories.
Hold on. Time out. Does that answer the question? Okay. Questione. Did that answer the question? I don't think so. I trust my team. I trust our team. That's it? He asked you a direct question. Do you believe that they got the guy? I trust our team. That's very vague. Because she could literally go, I believe that they got their guy. I believe he's the bad guy. You realize that everybody and their mama's nitpicking every nuanced thing that happens in this interview. Just like people are going, oh, it's fake tears. It's fake. To the point of people sitting there going, oh, no. She's not genuine. To the point where they're going to look at interview or answers to an interview, a very scripted interview, by the way. And they're going to nitpick the hell out of that too. Not only do you think it was a coincidence that he lost his life right at that moment during that very specific question, and she says, I don't believe in coincidences. Then the next question, do you think they got the guy? I trust our team. The hell does that mean? The hell does that mean? That doesn't answer anything. Now, let me just peep you on game real quick, all right? When it comes to interviews like this, the likes of this, all right? Jesse Waters is his name, right? These questions were already vetted to her. These questions were already given to her before the interview even started. So she's not getting any questions that are curveballs. You got to remember also, this guy was friends with Charlie Kirk as well. Good friends with the Kirk family. So, of course, he's not here to try to make her look like Boo Boo the Fool or try to make her look, trying to shock her with a curveball question. She knew exactly what these questions were going to be before she sat down with him. She had an opportunity to answer that question differently, and she did not. Why? Why did she not answer that question directly? You got to understand, people are going to be asking that question. All of these kinds of interviews are scripted. The one, at least high profile type stuff like this, high profile. Most definitely, they get the questions way before they even sit down with the likes of the reporter, for the most part. Sometimes you get, those kind of interviews like 60 Minutes with Trump, right? Trump ain't reading those questions. So they're just shooting from the hip. He ain't got time to read those questions so that he's properly vetted before the interview. F all that. He's like, man, I got things to do. Okay. And from my understanding, he's not a big reader, but still, no matter what, that's impromptu. Shooting from the hip, right? But her, especially with something so big and everybody side-eyeing this situation, she could have answered that differently. She could have just said yes. Literally, it could have been one word, 3 letters, Y-E-S, yes. She didn't. I believe our team. I trust our team. And now everybody's in a tizzy because of how she reacted and answered that question. It's very interesting.
Pascal. You are now rocking with that dude Pascal. We be going wild.